La da da da. Want to get to the next plan. I don't even, what does that mean? Giant lady puts me in her lap. Sorry, everything is shaking. Interesting. I wonder why. Well, I could attach it to my. Here, let me move my camera so that it's not attached to my monitor because it's shaking every time I type. My bad. I had to move everything back up here because I streamed from downstairs last time. The last two times actually. One because I was carving pumpkins with my kids, and then the second one I was sort of watching Aiden at the same time, and I just didn't have it prepared up here for him to not be causing all sorts of havoc. Alright, so let's see. I just gotta adjust it a little bit. I got a new little tripod arm, by the way, that I have. You can see it hanging right there. Right there. So that I can do top-down view too. Next time I do some kind of art stream, like paint a figure or something, which is on the horizon. I also ordered another L desk that should be arriving soon, that I'm going to set up over there, because having my computer and the monitor and the keyboard and the mouse and trying to have an area to do painting and stuff is a lot. So I'm going to get a second one. And I ordered the stuff to make shelves behind me, and I got most of it except for the paint. The paint hasn't come yet. So I kept this stuff downstairs so I can paint downstairs rather than get paint all over here. Because I figured just plain white boards was boring. So I picked out this pretty sort of robin's egg blue color that I'm going to paint them. I considered doing rainbow colors to make it sort of like Pride, except that I only have 3 shelves. And it just looked kind of goofy. I don't know. If I had, multiple shelves maybe, but plus that would have been a lot more paint to buy. And even if I only got a quart each, that's like $23 per quart. So I decided it wasn't worth the expense. But yeah, so I'm going to set those up on the wall behind me. I'm not going to have this anymore. It was better than a boring white wall. I'm going to have shelves back there, and I'm going to have all my little, like, Skyrim Dragon and game collection and comics and stuff like that behind me, and be a little more interesting. Yeah, okay, so, sorry, I'm a little out of it because I was moving everything back up here. Good news is I got a little, it's even cheaper than I expected, but I more cheaply made than I expected, but I got a little entertainment center over there that I put our old TV on top of, and I have our old PS4 plugged into it that we finally got back from Matthew's friends that borrowed it for like 2 years. And of course I have my capture card and stuff, so I'm thinking when the other desk gets here and I get it set up, because right now this desk is all the way on this side of the room and the TV is all the way over there, so it's a little bit far for the cords. Once I get the second L desk, I'm going to put it there, and then I'll be able to live stream while playing a console game more easily, and kind of expand the options for the kinds of things we want to play. I should probably run a second Ethernet cord up here. If I'm going to be, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I was gonna say to play online games, but I'm probably not gonna play online games. I'll probably just play, I'll download it ahead of time. Now, it will check the connection if I use something like through the Xbox Game Pass, but I don't think it should take up too much extra internet. I don't know. Let me go. Did I even start on Twitch? I don't think I started on Twitch yet. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna try. Oops. I'm gonna try both. We'll see how bad it is internet wise, and if it's bad I'll stop YouTube, because I don't generally get anyone watching on YouTube really anyway, so not that big of a deal if I cancel it. Okay, so I'm not playing Ancestors right now. I considered it. Lady Dimitrescu, pull step on me. I haven't touched Resident Evil since I streamed it like almost a month ago now. When I start a game, on a live stream, I don't want to like cheat and play without you guys watching. It's like watching a Netflix show without the person that you started watching it with. Hi, Philip Gallus. What is your other name again? You have like 3 different names on the different platforms, and I can't remember which is which. Why you do that to me? Let me arrange my windows so I can actually see everything. And then I got a new keyboard, just like a $30 one or whatever, because the other one that I had big fat keys, and I had to like punch each key. But this one, it's low profile, but I still have to press kind of hard on the keys. I don't know. It's hard to. They were nicer keyboards, but paying like $200 for a keyboard just seems insane to me. So $30 is about my limit. But all I gotta do is get rich and famous so that companies will send me free products to review, and all I have to do is pretend that they're good. Okay, it's that time again. Time to post that. See if I've been blocked on any social media recently. Every time anything doesn't work, like, oh, can't load feed, or I get signed out on the smart TV or something like that, I'm like, oh, I got banned. Because sometimes it's true. So I was thinking that I wanted to change my background, since I have been playing Scarlet Nexus. Hold on. I reset all my cookies because I was having issues with something. I don't remember what it was I was doing, but so I reset all my cookies, and it didn't fix the problem, and now I have to relog into everything, which is really annoying. Anyway, okay, so Matthew's downstairs with the kids. I had Link up here, and he was playing Little Big Planet, and then Aiden woke up early from his lap and came up here, and I spent all this time getting the other PS4 controller to sync with it so he could play with it, and as soon as I got it working, both of them were like, we don't want to play anymore. Just like, ugh. But whatever. So Matthew's downstairs with them, because it's kind of hard to live stream and watch the chillins at the same time. Alright, there we go. I almost got everything organized. And the Twitch chat. There we go. Hey, first time chat for viewer. Greetings all. That's cool. I didn't know. It's never given me like a notification like that before, so that's kind of cool. Okay, let's see. So all we got is a thumbs up on Discord. Over in YouTube, Philip says Gutsucker. Oh yeah, Gutsucker. Okay. All these accounts different times. It's too late to merge them since family and people I don't want knowing my interests follow me. Yeah, I know. I honestly, like, I have a lot of different names out there too. I just, because I'm, a content creator and I want to be easy to find, Luckily, Sarah Got Game and Thomas Topics both have generally not been taken. Unfortunately, those of you who have been with me for a long time know that originally I had a YouTube channel called Games Over Fight, and then I tried to rebrand as Sarah Got Game, and I still have the old YouTube, and I was actually finally able to change to the URL as well, which is nice, but it's just, I don't know, it's confusing. Anyway, so yeah, I was thinking that since I'm playing Scarlet Nexus, I would go ahead and change my background. Okay. Here you can start now. Yeah, Zan wasn't here last time because his internet was down. Are we baking cookies? Sorry, I don't know why there'd be ads. Like, that's just something that Twitch sets up, I guess. Because I don't have anything. Troy is here, and he says that he likes you and thinks you're cool. Aww! I like him too. I hope we can get a game started soon. Haters Club will do anything to track you down and report you for abuse. Yep. Well, nothing new. Okay, so I'm going to switch screens. Hopefully, nothing too dramatic happens. Oh, but yeah, so I was saying, and I'll repeat it since now there's people here too. Watching a blank screen. I can stop streaming on YouTube and see if that helps. Interesting. See, it works from my side, but yeah, it's working on both of those. I don't know. Anyway, so this is I got a second little arm so I can set up a second webcam, so I don't really have the energy to do it right now, but next time, you know, like I have lots of figures. I keep buying figures and then never painting them. Whoops. What? They got loose. Anyway, you know, I keep buying figures and then not painting them and everything, so start doing that. Like I said, when I get another L desk, which should come in the mail soon, I'm going to set it up over there. There's going to be more light because it'll be closer to the window, and I'll have more desk space to put stuff, so then I can start doing more painting and stuff. Man, I don't know why I'm so tired today. I actually slept in. I mean, as always, the kids, you know, kind of woke me up, but yeah, yesterday I actually felt pretty good. I was editing this video that I shot a year ago with this lady named Christine Barger, I think it's Barger, or whatever, who I had met through a VidCon networking thing back the year in 2020, where they had to cancel the first time, and so they started doing all these online events or whatever, and it was basically like random people would be like, I want to meet other YouTubers, and for the most part it was not very satisfying because I would either get people who, you know, like marketing people who were only interested in talking to really famous people, or I'd get like the one I did that video about, like, apparently I'm in a moral horror because I got the super religious kid who plays Call of Duty, which is a very violent, realistic game, reacting with horror with the kind of content that I make. But anyway, so I met her and I did an interview with her, and what's interesting is that very early into her career, because she's an actor in LA or whatever, she played in one of the late sequels to American Pie, and she was naked having sex in one of the scenes. And I mean, it's a comedy, but so she had experiences with that like really early on, and she had like this horrible story about how she used to work off and on at this factory that her dad worked at, and after she did the scene in the movie, someone at her dad's work printed it off, because this was like, you know, over a couple of decades ago. I don't know about a couple of decades, but at least a decade ago, printed off a screenshot of her naked, stuck it up in the lockers, so they were all like calling her whore and stuff like that when she went into work, and just like horrible stuff. So she's pretty chill. She's been through a lot, and now she does a lot of puppeting stuff, and she's actually been doing puppeting stuff the whole time too. But it's just funny, and like I asked her, you know, has it hurt your job opportunities or whatever, and she said like, no, not really. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of funny. Like, she was just like, you know, that's in my past. It is what it is. But yeah, I was editing it, and then Matthew came home and wanted to watch TV, and so I turned it off. But anyway, so hopefully I'll get that finished probably next week, because it, aside from my live stream, I try not to just do my content creation stuff when my husband's home, because he wants to do stuff together. Anyway, so yeah, that was fun. And let's see. I don't like working full time, but hopefully I'll have money to do things. Yeah, oh man, I mean, I was googling, articles about unpaid manual labor for parents, for women, right before this, just to read about other people, and I have it so much better than a lot. But like, there's this Indian laundry detergent ad that went viral a while ago, where it's this grandfather that was like, I'm sorry that you have to do this all alone, as his daughter is doing all his housework, and it's not that the husband died, it's that the husband is just sitting there watching TV while she's doing all the work. And it was a sweet commercial, but it was also like fucked up. And I guess they have even more of a dichotomy between men's work and women's work over there. I mean, we have a lot of it here too. It's just, we pretend to be better here in the US, but we still have a lot of, gender split unpaid housework and child care, and of course, scheduling stuff, which of course is, I'm dealing that with my dad. My dad doesn't know how to do any of that. My mom did all of it for him. Anyway, what was my point about that? Oh, but just, before I got married and had kids or whatever, when I was a content creator working a full-time paying job, I'd come home and I'd just be exhausted all the time. And I have moments of inspiration and energy. It's just, unfortunately, they tend to happen when I'm, in the middle of watching the kids. So, but now that I'm like setting up over there or whatever, the hope is that at least on the days that Link's at school, I can get Aiden up here and get him watching Blippi or something over there. And then I'm able to sit here and work. After the new year, I want to get a second desktop and put it up here for better video editing, because the one downstairs is Matthew's and the family's, and I don't think he'd like it if I brought it up here. And I do work downstairs too, but it's still just a little, I don't know. I just have to fit all my editing and stuff before Matthew gets home, because Matthew gets crunchy if I'm still doing stuff like that when he's home. Anyway, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. It's not you. Shout out to everyone in chat. Good to see you all. Yeah, a lot more. It was really quiet last time. They were like, what happened? Well, it turned out Zen didn't have internet, and it's okay. I mean, I was able to concentrate on drawing more. Oh, and I did get the tablet. The Hoyan tablet. I decided I didn't want to set it up right now up here, because again, space is kind of limited up here. But I have been using it downstairs. It's a lot bigger than I expected. It's like, and I was thinking it was going to be like this big and I could like sit on the couch. But, I have, the way I have the living room set up, I have two of the desks on one side of the living room, and then the couch, and then the TV. So I can see the TV while I'm working. And so the rest of the family is like watching, SNL or whatever. And I'm there watching, but also drawing. And so like I did that one. I did a couple naked women sketches, just because it's I'm trying to, I'm working on the form, the poses and stuff, and I really like drawing women. I like drawing, I mean, not just women, but I like drawing very like sort of graceful, supple poses, like reaching up or whatever. Like, it's just, it feels a lot more organic. I hate drawing mechanical stuff. I think robots can be cool and stuff, but every time I try to draw them, because like I was trying to do fan art for Arc Genesis 2 before it came out, and I was trying to draw all the new creatures, including the Strider, which is like a big giraffe kind of robot, and I just was like, fuck this. Like, I did the very basics, and then as soon as I started trying to do details, I was like, nope, I'm not gonna do that. Let's see, I can't even watch videos on YouTube in a browser anymore. Yeah, YouTube sucks, but everyone is on it. Unexpected depression. Oh. I know. I haven't actually painted figurines in a really long time. But it's like every time I'm, like when I was getting the car fixed a couple of weeks ago, and I decided to walk around the stores nearby, and there was a card and figurine store there, and I got like 3 new packs of figurines. I'm like, why? Why am I buying these? My dad likes to do it. Unfortunately, he can't see, so it's really hard for him to do it, but he enjoys it. I keep buying him, like, I got him this thing to hold it, and then it's got, the mirror and stuff like that, and I could use that stuff too. But one of the very earliest videos I ever did on YouTube, back when I was just Kaylies 3 and I just literally like did whatever, because this was the beginning of YouTube, I had a video that I did that was still frame pictures of a painted figure as I was working on it, and it was like a tutorial, and it's kind of funny because I didn't really know what I was doing anyway, but it went viral, and that it got like, I want to say like maybe 10,000 views or something like that, which at that point of YouTube's life, or actually no, I think it got up to 100,000, which at that point of YouTube's existence was a huge number. That was like 10 million equivalent, to now. And I was like all excited and everything, and it was a really boring video. I'm sure it's probably still up somewhere, but anyway, nostalgia. So hello beautiful. Okay. Automotive work, and it's starting to rain. No, I can't imagine. Managing the old plate spinning act. Yep. If you draw men in graceful supple, they tend to look like women anyway. Kind of, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is like the way we genderize even like body posture and stuff is very strange to me. That is something that's fun to play around with, though. But it's like, oh, he carries himself a certain way, he must be gay. Like, what a stupid thing to assume about people. Like, your gender is... It's interesting because fundamentally it shouldn't matter, and it probably doesn't. But we all tend to take on take on the aspects that our society decides, whatever we identify as. We tend to subconsciously or consciously take on those signifiers. So, a trans woman who wants people to know she's a trans woman will generally, wear makeup, have long hair, wear dresses or whatever. And it's, I've referenced it before, but ContraPoints has a really good video about it. I can't remember which video of hers it is, but, yeah, I haven't watched it in a while. It might be the beauty video. Anyway, but she's, talks about, like, she has, the fake eyelashes and long nails and everything like that. And it's like, why does she have that? Do you think it's just because she loves it? She's like, no, I'm telling you I'm a fucking woman so that you, don't make that mistake. And I thought that was a very interesting point. And of course, there's also the argument, like, oh, women putting on too much makeup makes them unattractive to men. It's like, God forbid women do anything about their appearance that isn't for the pleasure of men looking at them. I still think that you should be allowed to wear whatever you want, clothing or makeup or whatever, without people associating that with, oh, he's wearing eyeliner, therefore he's gay. But at the same time, I understand that, like I said, it can be a tool for instance, a trans woman who wants people to know, hey, I'm a trans woman. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. Everybody should be a they until they say what they identify as, and then you just do your best to remember their pronouns. And it can be very tedious and confusing, but, if you put the effort in, and, value that person's happiness and that person's confidence, and, it doesn't affect your life if you say he or she, but it affects their life. So, like, why would you be an asshole about it? Anyway, I don't know where that rant came from. Okay. We're off to the races. Okay, blah, blah, blah. There's a reason why women appear in so much more artwork. The lines, the curves, gracefulness, far more appealing to those of men. Men tend to be more blocky and rigid. No, I don't mean that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, I'm thinking of various art lessons and stuff I read about. So something that happened last night, and I already complained about it on Twitter, but I'll just reprise it quickly, even though it has nothing to do with video games, because I thought that it was an interesting thing worth talking about. After we got the kids to bed, oops, this chair's like tipping backward. Matthew and I went to the gaming bar that we live near, that we go to all the time. and we were having fun, you know, whatever. There were some other people playing Smash, and when some of the group stopped playing, I was like, ah. So I started playing with them, and then there was a guy at another table that came over and started playing, and he wasn't wearing a mask because, you know, while you're sitting at the table, you don't have to, or whatever. And the bartender came over and was like, hey, just, you know, because you wanted right from the doctor, like, you put your mask on, and also, it's $10 an hour to play a game unless you show us a vaccination card saying that you're vaccinated. And the guy's like, oh, okay, can you put it on my bill? Like, yeah, okay, we'll put it on your bill. Now, actually, he was being nice, because the bartender was being nice. It used to be that way, and then they changed it to vaccinated people only playing the consoles, which makes sense because you're touching them, you're breathing on them, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a lot of tactile, you know, situation. And, I mean, they wipe everything down between people, but, you know, controllers get handed around and stuff like that. Anyway, it was just so weird because I'm like looking at this guy like he looks like a perfectly healthy young guy. Why the fuck is he not getting vaccinated? Just stick the damn needle. Like, I briefly was talking to the bartender because he got his booster, and like he didn't even want to talk about it because he hates needles, but he did it. And the other bartender, she actually does have allergic reactions to vaccines, and so she felt like shit for several days after her booster, but she did it. Like, just suck it up and get the fucking vaccine, you fucking idiot. Anyway, and then the other thing yesterday that stuck out, towards the end of the evening when we were leaving, it wasn't even midnight yet. They open, they're open till like 1 or 2 now, but we are old and tired, so it's hard to even stay up till midnight. Anyway, the people that had been sitting there playing Smash, they all left, so I took over that area and I started playing Metroid Dread, and Matthew stayed at the table a few feet away that we had originally been sitting at, and there weren't really that many people there anymore, so it wasn't like, oh my god, you're taking up all the spot. Anyway, so I was sitting away from him, even though he was like, I could have, you know, thrown my bag at him. He was not that far away. So it looked like I was sitting alone playing the TV, and I had an empty drink on the table in front of me, and this sort of scuzzy looking guy with like a beard that was just sort of patchy. I don't know. He looked scuzzy. Like, even if he hadn't said what he said, I still would have had the impression he was scuzzy. But looking scuzzy is not like he can't be a good person. It's just funny that he happened to look the way he acted. So anyway, he was walking by, I guess to the bathroom or something like that, and I was slightly drunk because I intended to get slightly drunk there. And he's like, oh, what the fuck are you drinking there, or whatever. Like, I think it was like conversational or whatever, but it was like, it just threw me off, and I was like, oh, I'm fine. That was my response, you know, oh, I'm fine. He goes, oh, your drink is called I'm Fine? And I just was like, well, no, it's called a butterbeer. Oh, okay, can I get you another one? No, thanks. Walks away. And it was such a quick, like, whatever, but I just kept thinking about it, and like we left shortly after that anyway, and it was just, nothing happened. But if circumstances had been even slightly different, they easily could have. You know, my husband could have not been right there. I could have been in a bar where, you know, I didn't know anyone, I didn't feel safe. I could have had to walk alone to my car and gotten followed. I could have had to walk home and gotten followed. I could have, you know, gone to a bathroom and been followed into the bath. Like, there's just, and, you know, men who don't have to live with the constant threat of physical abuse and harm and rape and stuff are just like, whatever, it's nothing. A lot of women get killed every year from men that they said no to. Even if they don't get killed, they get shot, they get stabbed, they get acid thrown on them and stuff. So it happens, okay? They get raped. Anyway, so it just, yeah, it just kind of threw me off for the rest of the night. And again, it's not so much that he asked if I wanted a drink, which is a tiny bit flattering, you know, at my bedraggled age, but it's the attitude. It's he, you know, was obviously leading into offering me a drink, and I said, I'm fine. And so his response was to be snotty about it. Oh, your drink is called I'm Fine? Like, just take the no, dude. Just take the L. Why are you being a creep? Anyway. Sorry. I just felt like it was worth going over. Oh no, it was a different no mask guy. Actually, this guy didn't have a mask either. You just pointed it out. I didn't even think about it. You're supposed to wear a mask on the way to the bathroom, and it even has a sign on inside the bathroom that says "ass up, mask up, don't be that guy," or a $10 sanitation price will be added to your tab. Don't be that guy. We just all want this to be over. That's what the sign says. So yeah, extra serving of douche on top. He wasn't wearing a mask. I didn't even think about that. Anyway, the deaths in Texas are 40 times higher among the unvaccinated. Yeah, but don't you know that, you know, they're putting nanobots in you and you bathe in Brax and it'll, oh my god, they're so fucking stupid. Drink isn't called, it's called Go Away. I know that gif of Benedict Cumberbatch where he goes, "Go away." That was very apropos. All right, that women have to be constantly aware of this danger. One day we'll have evolved as a species. I don't really think so. Anyway. Okay, so watching on the big screen today. Ooh, fancy. I want to see your picture. Oh, you got some little, what is that? That's a Mew and a Flareon and an Espeon. Is that what those are? I was just talking to someone on Twitter about how I had a car that I called my Pikachu car. It was a little red Rio LX, and I called it my Pikachu car because I had like plushies and Pokemon cards and stuff for Pikachu all over the place. And I was like, it's not like Pikachu is my favorite. It's just there's a lot easier to find Pikachu stuff. I mean, he's fine. I like him. I played as him in Smash last night, and I felt bad because I kept winning. I'm in this really frustrating spot where I'm good enough at Smash that I pretty much win against anyone who just plays casually, but if I go to an actual tournament, I get destroyed. So I'm in this really annoying middle ground. So I need to make some friends with people that really like Smash but aren't, you know, pro tier at it, so we can go back and forth. Because I mean, Matthew, he's won against me a few times, but for the most part it's like 9 out of 10, if more than that, I win. And he doesn't care. I mean, he's not bitter about it or whatever, but it's a little bit boring. All right, so let's see, let's get to play Smashologist N64. I played a little bit of N64 much later. I started with Melee, and I had this best friend that we would play together, and I was actually talking about it last night at the bar. We would play for hours, and pretty much I was always Adult Link, because I think there was only Adult Link and Young Link. I was always Adult Link, and she was always Zelda, but she turned into Sheik, because at that, you know, you could only, you had Zelda or Sheik, you had to switch between the two. Just like with Pokemon, you had to cycle between Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Charizard. I actually miss having them tied together, except that I always skipped. No, sorry, Squirtle, not not Bulbasaur. Anyway, but yeah, we would play that together, and like anytime the food would drop, we'd all just start eating the food, and like tea time, to eat the food or whatever. And we would play Soul Calibur, which I started playing on the second one because it had Link in it, on the GameCube version. And like your body would still be there on screen a little bit, and you could like kick it a little bit before the match ended, and she would get so mad she would like scream and throw the controller if I ever touched her character after that. And of course, one of Link's move, which was super easy to use, is he would grab the arm and throw him off the stage, and she would just like, if I ever beat her with that, she would, yeah, little dramatic, but you know. And we used to do suicide runs on Halo together all the time, where one of us would hang out, you know, to be the spawn point, and the next one would run in guns blazing, and we'd take turns. And I miss that. I miss having a best friend who liked all the same video games as me, and who was like the same, you know, about the same level of skill. And I sort of have that with some of the stuff with Matthew, except that he either gets super obsessed or he gets bored of it really easily. We don't seem to be on the same page with a lot of games. Plus, we're always, you know, getting distracted by the kids and stuff. And anyway, Eevee, Flareon, Jolteon, your fave, Vaporeon, Light Fury, Toothless, Bears. Okay, I don't know what those last three are. Oh, Toothless the dragon. I know what Toothless is. Light Fury. Oh! Okay. I knew Toothless. I had a actual little dragon. It was like a not a clay, like the rubbery kind of stuff. I bought it from I think WonderCon or whatever. I don't know whatever happened to it. But yeah, it was styled after Toothless right around when the movie came out. And it's funny because it was made by some like normal person, and I'm sure she didn't have the copyright or whatever, but you could tell it was Toothless. Anyway, I like dragons. Those movies, I don't know. They're okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm not crazy about the movies. Let's see. The Smash is a card game. No, Smash is all the different characters from all the different series fight together, and it's not a real fighting game because you don't have all these like up down left right complicated moves, which I don't like. I find that tedious and difficult to pull off. And it gets really crazy. Oh, that's the other thing I was talking with Matthew last night. It's like, why don't they have seasonal or holiday themed outfits that they add to the characters? I got this art prompt that I do want to do someday where it's like Pikachu, but he has a jack-o'-lantern helmet, and then King Dedede is dressed up as Santa, and then like I was thinking of some other ones like Peach having hearts for Valentine's feels too on the nose, but stuff like that. So maybe I'll draw that in the future. Anyway, like rather than keep adding new characters who basically just have the same moves as another character, give us new outfits. That's what I want. But anyway, enough about Smash. Board game. There probably is a board game. See, I feel like Soul Calibur is a lot more difficult move wise than Smash. I like Smash because it's like I can go into autopilot on Smash fairly easily, and if I want a challenge, I just go on random, and there's plenty of characters on there. Like I got Ripley for one of the matches that I still won, but I never played Ripley before, so I'm so annoyingly good but not expert at Smash. It's really frustrating. I wish I was either better or worse. All right. Anyway. So let's go ahead and pick a new background, because I like to change my background around the game that I'm playing the most currently. Right now it's still Hades, which I kind of stopped playing. I'm close to getting all the favor from all the different gods, so I can uncover the last little bit of the story, but I don't know, I just haven't been playing as much. I'll probably still pick it up in the future because it's a good, like Pringles kind of game. I like roguelikes. I like ones where I can just sit there and do a one time through it and not feel like I have to sit there and play a lot. I have been enjoying Scarlet Nexus. I think that the characters don't react realistically to what's going on, and it throws me off because like serious, world-changing stuff will happen, and they just don't even. They're just like, oh, okay. Like a whole thing I was playing earlier today, and this giant thing happens with the main character, and they're sad for about 2 seconds, and then the other character's like, let's go shopping. And I'm like, what the fuck? How do I? Is that gonna give me a weird file if I try to download that? Nope. Okay, good. Sure, that's good. I'm gonna switch and make sure I don't accidentally show anything. Elden Rings, yeah. I just hope the controls are not too awkward, because I know people have been playing the re-release of the original Demon's Souls, and I don't know if they changed the controls when they re-released it. I just remember that the controls when I played it on PS3, was it? Were very awkward. I played it, I beat it, but it was still very awkward. Where did I save this to? Where did it go to? Download. Show in folder. There it is. I'll switch screens again. I don't want to accidentally show anything I shouldn't show. Download. Choose picture. There we go. Cool. Here we go. I have to clean up my icons. Everything wants to make an icon automatically. It's on my list. I'll do it later. I don't care right now. Alright, there we go. I've been playing as Kasane too. It's funny because I picked her because I was reading about the different attacks and her attack sounded better, but also Yuto sounds annoying. But I'm curious how different the story is. I won't go into detail because I don't want to ruin the story for anyone. Obviously that's Kyoka because of the gigantic fucking boobs. I am so distracted every time she talks. Not like, oh my god, boobs, but just like, they're freakishly large for her frames. Like, and of course she's like the nice motherly, type or whatever, so, but she's also squad leader. Like, how can you have a squad leader that's like super motherly and wants to take care of everybody? Like, the party is just gonna walk all over her. Anyway, it's a strange game. It's a very JRPG game where the characters just kind of do things that don't make sense and the plot is convoluted. It's not the most convoluted. I think it's not so much that there's holes, it's that there's a lot that they don't explain, and I don't know, maybe they will explain later, but like, why are all the monsters like random objects like a flower vase stuck onto sexy women's legs and heels? What? It's so weird. Have to hide your desktop. Yeah, that'd be nice. Oh, Smash. Yeah, Super Smash Bros. Sorry. Talking in, colloquialisms. There's a boob point where you start wondering what they do for their background. Yeah. I mean, it's an anime character, so it's not like they have to be realistic or whatever. I like Kasane. I feel bad for her, too, because it's like she tries to get along with people, but she's very blunt, and they react badly to it, and it's like, I know what that feels like. Okay. We changed the background. Now let's go ahead and start up Resident Evil, and I'm going to use earbuds because I didn't bring speakers up with me, and the speakers on this TV are shit. So, my headache has not been that bad, knock on wood, for like a week now. It's crazy. Actually, yesterday, this side didn't feel anything, but this side hurt. Now today, this side's fine. It's a little bit pressure here, but I don't know. And I'm scheduled to get the Moderna on the 27th. I deliberately scheduled the Moderna instead of the Pfizer, which is the first two that I got, to see if it helps with my long COVID. And I'm like nervous because people were talking about how it knocked him out. I didn't have anything but like a sore arm for a day for both Pfizers, and I'm just like, is the Moderna going to be a lot worse? I don't know. Up frames detected. Yeah, I know. Grappler Baki. Like the Baki thing, I keep waiting for them to show about it more. Oh, and there's like supposed to be a whole thing where there's like videos on the website, real life website that you watch to figure out one of the quests or whatever. I have to look into that. Oh, okay. Oh, I wish there was more haptic. Not haptic, but I wish there was more reinforcement of timing for the specials. And of course the freaking terms are too similar. There's like brain drain, brain crush. There's another brain one. There's psionic crush. Like, they keep using the same 4 or 5 words in different combinations to mean all these different things. And it's just like, why? That's confusing. Anyway. Screaming into the void. No, I haven't really been that, like, overly angry. I mean, it's the same old bullshit. I'm used to it, so whatever. Okay, YouTube keeps dropping frames, so I'm going to go ahead and drop YouTube. So if anyone happens to be watching on YouTube that isn't watching on Twitch, you should go over to www.twitch.tv/SariGotGame, and then you can watch it on there, because yeah, I don't think my internet or my laptop